Hi ladies, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be on makeup essentials for my beginners, and this video is going to be a video geared more towards my younger viewers, like my teenagers or just even older viewers who just now are getting into makeup. So we're just going to start with the face first. The face essentials, one thing I will go ahead and say, if you want to wear foundation, get you a drugstore foundation, something under $10, so that you can try it out, because foundation isn't always the most comfortable thing to wear, especially in the summertime. So if you wanted to get into foundations but you just want to try out your first one, I recommend going to the drugstore and getting like a cheaper drugstore foundation. The L'Oreal True Match is really good, and I am in the color N7 Classic Tan, and this is just a really good foundation. It's kind of medium coverage, but to me it's medium to light coverage. It's not really a full coverage foundation. It's buildable though, so you can, you know, build layers. But for a beginner, I'm sure that's not anything that you want to get started with, because you're just starting with the makeup. I'm going to just go ahead and give you the tip that I did. I didn't wear foundation till about maybe 6 or 7 months ago. I finally started to wear foundation. For the most part, I was just wearing a concealer. You can get these LA Girl Pro Concealers at any drugstore. Not drugstore. They may sell them at the drugstore, but you can get these at any beauty supply store. And these are only $2.99, and they come in a variety of shades. I have so many just because these things are the bomb, and they're $2.99. So definitely get one of these for a beginner. Just something that's your skin tone. So the one that I use for my skin tone the most is this one in Fawn. Back to what I was saying, I would just use the concealer with a powder. Now I don't own a drugstore powder, but you can find these in the drugstore. I know the Infallible Pro Matte and the Pro Glow foundations, I know they came out with the Pro Matte powder also, so that I heard was really good. And then you have like Maybelline powders and CoverGirl. There's plenty of drugstore makeup powders that you can get. You don't have to go out and buy this Max Mineral Skin Finish, which is what I use. Just put the concealer over certain blemishes, and I would just spot conceal. After I spot conceal, I will blend it in a little bit. I would take my MAC Mineral Skin Finish and my next essential, which is brushes. One of the brushes that I'm going to definitely recommend that every beginner should start with is this e.l.f. powder brush. This brush is life, I'm telling y'all.
You can use it to apply the liquid foundation. You can use it to apply powder. This brush is life, y'all. You need it.
So what I would do would spot cover up with my concealer, and then I would just dust this mineralized, girl. I would dust this mineralized skin finish all over my face, and that would set me. When I say set me, I was good. It looked like I had on a full face of foundation, and I only had on concealer and that powder. I'm going to move on to the eyes. For the eyes, you'll need two things, which is eyelid primer. Something you will want before you put on any eyeshadow. This is only $1 by e.l.f. So you want to prime your eyelids before you do any eyeshadow so that it can last. Even when you're just starting, you want whatever you do, your masterpiece, to last. So pretty much once your eyes are primed, you can go in with your eyeshadow. And as far as eyeshadows go, I started out using these Wet n Wild palettes, the Trio palettes. They're like little 3 eyeshadows, and they're so perfect for beginners because they tell you exactly where everything goes. It says the brow bone, and then the crease, and then your lid. So it even shows you where you put the color. So I think these are perfect for beginners. These are what I started using when I first started to do eyeshadow looks, and I just think these are definitely essential. And they're like $3. Get you some, girl. Get all the colors. See, they have the neutral ones, and then they have the bolder colors. They have them all. Staying in the area of eyes, I recommend that every beginner who's getting into makeup have some mascara. Mascara makes or breaks your look, I promise you. If you wake up and you just throw on mascara and nothing else, you will look like you did something just from the mascara. So I definitely recommend putting on some mascara. And also the eyeliner, the pencil liners for your waterline, I think that's an essential also. In the beginner stage, because everyone is not a pro at the wing liner from beginner stage. So if you have not mastered wing liner yet, I would recommend just getting a pencil liner and putting it in your waterline. It will make you look more awake on those tired and restless mornings that you didn't get much sleep. If you just slap this in your waterline with some mascara, girl, I promise you'll look 7 times more awake. So as far as brows, I know everybody wants their brows to be fleeked up. It's 2016. It's the year of the fleeked up eyebrows. And everybody's not a pro at drawing their eyebrows on or filling them in with the gels and the pomades and the Anastasia Beverly Hills dip brow and all of that. So for my beginners, I recommend that if you're not just a pro at doing your eyebrows, to start with the eyeshadow. That's what I started with. I first tried the pencil. Let me get one. I tried the pencil a long time ago. That was my first thing I ever tried doing my eyebrows with, was a pencil. And I felt like I looked like Scary Freddy. Like, it was terrible. It did not match. My eyebrows look way too harsh. I think I have too much of a heavy hand to do the pencil. So I don't recommend that for a beginner. I recommend this good old brown eyeshadow. Now, don't judge me when you see this palette because it's all ratchet and cracked up. But this brown eyeshadow that I have out of a Revlon palette that I had maybe a couple years ago, this eyeshadow was my lifesaver. And all I took was a angled flat brush like this. Again, I'll have a close-up. But I took an angled flat brush and I just filled them in. So this was my first step to doing my eyebrows. I then later moved on to the brow gel, which is the Stay Put Brow by Milani. And I think this is pretty easy to work with too. It's the same concept as the powder, it's just gel. In my opinion, this is very easy, and I put this in my video because I think this also is beginner friendly. So last but not least, we can't have a full face without recognizing our lips. For lips, I think that either you should go with a lip gloss or a lipstick. For beginners, it just depends on your preference. And you can go with the drugstore brands like Revlon, Maybelline. Those are really good brands. I don't feel like you have to run and get a MAC lipstick to start off with. Now, if that's something you want, they're not that expensive. They're about $16 now, or I think they might have went up to $17. But they're under $20, so they're not extremely expensive. But why spend $20 when you can spend $10 or under on like a CoverGirl lipstick? They work about the same. But this is a red by CoverGirl, and it's really pigmented. I don't know. Oh, it's called Temp Seduction, and it's like this. It's like a strawberry red. That's the color it is, and it looks like that in the tube. It's just a really cute red to start out with. You can go to the drugstore and get these. I think they were like $7. But CoverGirl, and I have a couple colors in this one. I also have this pink that I get a lot of compliments on, which reminds me so much of Flat Out Fabulous by MAC. But that's the pink. I mean, it's like almost an exact dupe. Or if you're into lip glosses, also you could get those from the drugstore. This is a pink I have. I'm not that into lip glosses, so I don't have many. But this is a pink lip glass type thing that I got from CoverGirl, and you can definitely get these from the drugstore. Again, it's right there, and it has a good amount of pigment to it for it to be just a gloss. And I also have these L'Oreal Hip lip glosses. So whatever it is that you're into, find it and work it, because you don't have to go and buy high-end makeup to start off. Really just start at the drugstore. I promise you, you won't regret it. Like, half the stuff I use is from the drugstore. I don't believe in just buying a product just because of the name and it's not really worth it. So if it's not something that I truly like the way it works, I probably won't buy it. And also start with samples. Go to Sephora or Ulta and get samples. Don't go out and just run and buy something because a lot of people are speaking on it. Is to start with samples and start at the drugstore and just work from the bottom to the top. You know, start with the basics, and then work your way to the more extreme things like wing liner and lashes. You just work with your lashes first. Master doing your mascara before you started to move into lashes. Master doing your bottom liner before you start to go into wing liner. I just think it's a process, steps, baby steps. So we're gonna definitely have more videos like this on my channel for beginner friendly videos and beginner essentials. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I would love to see you guys in my next video.